Okay, so now you're at the point where you're ready to start thinking about creating your content and mapping everything out. So, this is often a stumbling block for people. So, I've created a framework to help you get started to brainstorm some big ideas, get them into a process so that you can create content on a regular basis by planning ahead. So, what I'm sharing with you are two PDF documents. You can download them below, but I'll walk you through sort of how I would suggest working on them. And if this is something you need support with, we can always book a one on one strategy session to actually brainstorm some of these ideas together. So let me share my screen so you can see what we're looking at. Okay, so this is the yearly content calendar. This is the thing that I want you to um, look at your months. And so think about topics that are related to what you do. So I'll use myself as an example. I often, like, everything has to lead to branding, to brand camp, to sort of what it is that I do. So things that come up for me that I've written about in the past are visibility, authenticity, right? How to be authentic in your brand, talking about your process, your pricing, your, consistency. I could talk for months about consistency. So I want you to think about the big level topics, and I'll zoom in on this a bit so you can see it a little bit better. Zoom in on that, or that's what I'm doing. Zoom in and like just at least start with 3 months. Just go, okay, whatever month it is, brainstorm some ideas. Then this is how you can create a month's worth of content out of one topic. You want to look at what is your expert position or how to do something. So, as an example, if we look at the topic of visibility, what would be my how to be visible? Well, I would give tips on being visible, and that kind of thing. So that's really like the how to do something. Those are great as carousels in Instagram. It's great as blog posts. It's downloadable content that people want to save and share. The next one is your strong opinion. Now, you could combine these two, the expert position and the opinion piece, that strong opinion, depending on how you're doing it. But this is really like, why do you believe this is so important? So, why do I believe visibility is important? And I would share my opinion on this because your opinion is a big part of your brand and it really does matter. So, this is what you would write about your opinion. The next one is a case study of a client that has been really visible and how visibility has transformed their business. So I did this last year and I went back to a client who I was like, she's doing amazing with this, got some stats from her on like her growth in her business, her growth in her social media following, and all of these things because she was visible, and also a comment saying, I thought I was going to be bothering people by being too visible, but really it was just in my own head. I can be visible a lot more than I think I should be, and I'm not bothering people because people are not seeing every piece of content that you put out there into the world. The next one is a personal story. So it could be a vulnerable share, something that is personal to you. So I talk about visibility for me and what did that mean and what did I overcome? And so I shared some personal stories around sort of that transformation for me and how that really helped my business. And then think about visibility and relate it to your what it is that you sell. And then that last one is really much more of a direct, like, I've got this thing, I'm looking for these people to join, whatever it is, buy this, join my program, hire me, whatever that is. So that one's a bit more of a direct call to action. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to have some calls to action in these other posts. You might, but ultimately, all of these posts are going to relate to what it is that you sell, right? So even if I'm writing about visibility, it ties back to branding and it ties back to you have to start with that foundation first, because otherwise you're just going to be misaligned with your visual brand and then you're going to hold back on your visibility. That's what I've seen. So it's everything really leads to that. So This is how I suggest you frame out the yearly content. You don't need to do the full year, but it's a document for you to keep track of that. And at least try to do maybe 3 months at a time in this document. Then I want you to open up this document. So you're going to basically duplicate this for every month. And then you're going to write in what month it is. So January, topic, visibility. And then you're going to start to actually craft your pieces of content in here. Going, okay, what are some of those how-tos? This is rough. This is like bullet point notes so that you can go on and create that content later. And then if there's a case study, it's like, who's the client? What information do I need to gather from them? So that you can plan ahead. So this is where you start to take those high level concepts and you start to bring them down so you actually have some words and a bit more content to go with that. Then we go even deeper. So we started yearly, then we looked at the month, now we're going weekly. So if you go, okay, it's the first week of January, this is my topic. What am I going to be posting this week related to my expert position? And break that down into daily pieces of content. Is it a video? Is it a blog post? Is it an email to your list? Is it a social media post? Is it all or any of these things? It could be multiple of these things. And so it's starting to break it down into a daily basis. Now, you might not be doing daily right away. You might take each of those pieces of content and send out one piece of content to your email list once a week, share it on LinkedIn. That's a start. It's better than nothing for sure. And it starts to get you known, right? Then you can start to build up. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by this and thinking, oh my God, I have to post Monday to Friday. Maybe you start with Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Start with some videos. Do one blog post, a month even. Just get started. And so hopefully this will help you frame that out. And in this document, I've given you enough to be able to create your full month in this one document. All right, so I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, but that'll give you a great start to creating your content and be consistent and authentic and really drive home the positioning and what it is that you want to be known for. Have an awesome day.